Hey there, fellow chalk and friends. Happy Friday. It's Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We are going to have a little bit of fun tonight as we continue just a few simple, easy little home decor projects for the Easter holiday. And we used, the last time, we used the Happy Easter transfer, which is this absolutely gorgeous big C-size transfer, which is a 12 by 18 size transfer. So it's a really nice size. Has lots of different pieces on it, different parts to it. So there's a lot of room for creativity on it. So it's a super fun one to do. And we're going to take, oops, sorry, kind of cut off there. We are going to take it tonight and we are going to make some fun things with it. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to use ink and we're going to make a table runner. So what I want to do is kind of flip it around a little bit and just use certain parts. So stay tuned. We're going to have some fun with this. So I'm going to set this one in the back. How is everybody today? I see you're all popping in. Hello there, Lisa and Debbie and Terry. Oh, and 3 others. Ooh, it's Friday night chalking. Oh my gosh, I had such a fun day today. I hope you all had such a fun day today too. Super, super, oh wait, you can't see what I'm doing. Hello, get my cameras on. There we go, let's get me in the corner. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this transfer, which is a C size. You know, so sometimes it's the holidays and you need to, you know, set your table, put a decoration out, do something, and you find something super cute, but you just wanna give it a little chalk and love. So we are going to give it a little chalk and love tonight. Hey there, Jan. Welcome to the party. I found this super cute table runner in my favorite place, in the Target, whatchamacallit, Bullseye section, which is the kind of the dollar section when you first walk into Target. So this cute little table runner was $3. And by the time we are done with it, ladies, it's going to be worth $1 million. Because not only will it be a Maria original, but it will be something wonderfully created that no one else could possibly do. Hey Verge, hey Jan. Ooh, it's nice and long. Okay, so it's this super long table runner. It probably said the dimensions on it, but oh my gosh, poor Debbie had to pull weeds. Oops, sorry Deb. That's the problem when our weeds are still frozen, Debbie. We're not pulling weeds yet. So this is what I want to do. I want to put our Happy Easter, just the Happy Easter, in the middle of the transfer. But on the ends, I want to do hippity hoppity with the eggs. So each end will have the hippity hoppity and Happy Easter will be in the middle. So what I want to do is I want to start with my ink mat. So what is the difference between chalk and what is the difference between ink? Chalk is semi-permanent, it dries hard, but it's chalk, so it's not going to go anywhere, but if you wet it and wash it, you can wash it off. Ink is permanent if you heat set it, and how you heat set ink is you iron it if you're doing it on fabric. If you're doing it on a ceramic or metal, you can put it in the oven and heat set it. So there's more than one way to heat set depending on what the material is. But once you heat set ink, you can wash it. Throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dishwasher, and it's not going to go anywhere. That is the difference between paste and ink. The colors are almost identical in ink and chalk. There are not as many colors in ink as there are chalk. And there's a few, so for example, I'll give you Tide. Tide is a super pretty dark tealy blue. There's no Tide in chalk. That's probably the only one I would say now, because they've really tried to make them the same. So right now there's just a few left that don't have the same colors. So what we're going to do is when you ink, you use a ink mat. And what an ink mat does is it is sticky and it holds your material in place, and it is a barrier so that your ink, when it goes through the material, doesn't go through to the layer, especially if it's a t-shirt. It won't go through to the layer that's underneath it. But it is sticky and it holds your material in place. It's a very, very nice tool to have. And I would honestly tell you I thought it was a bunch of hooey when they first came out, and I am a ink mat convert. It really does help you hold your fabric, and it also makes it so you don't have to iron, which is not something I particularly care to do on my clothing, let alone my projects. All right, so I am going to find my middle, because that's where I want my hippity-hoppity to go. So I'm just gonna, this is the science of my finding my middle. I'm going to, so that it is that line. Okay, so my middle is this line. So we're gonna start with, and actually we should probably start with the sides, right? And work our way down versus trying to deal with the middle once we have the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna put my side down, and on this transfer, we're only on this side, we're only gonna use the hippity-hoppity part. We are not going to use the whole thing. So I'm going to put the rest of it on my lap and hope every time I move it doesn't come with me. Okay, and I feel like I'm crooked. Don't you feel like I'm crooked? I feel crooked. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put our hippity-hoppity on. This is a big transfer. We've used this one a lot. You've seen lots of projects with this one. So I want to make sure that I get him on, but I don't want him to the back to stick to itself. But this one has been well loved. He's not super sticky anymore, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to line up my hippity-hoppity where I want it, and then I just smooth it out and press it down just like I would with a chalkboard. The adhesive in your silk screens is pressure sensitive, so as you push, that's what makes it stick. Now this guy has like little dots and little lines. You really want to make sure that all of those are pressed down so that you get that detail, and otherwise you push the ink underneath it and then you just end up with a blob, and we don't want a blob. Okay, so we are all on, and we're going to do some fun spring colors. Now my dining room is pretty gray and blue. There's not a ton of color in my dining room. That's why we need it, and yellow looks fantastic in my dining room. So these are the colors I had pulled out. There's 5 Easter eggs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then I don't have any purple. So I think we'll go these guys. Or should we go fig? We could go fig. Fig is more muted. We'll do these guys. And then maybe we'll do the words and those guys. Okay, so we got our colors figured out. I'm just gonna, again, make sure I'm all down. When you ink, you want to be really careful of your fingers. You want to look at your fingers every single time you touch an ink container, because you don't want to have ink on your fingers, touch your fabric, and have ink where you don't want it. Because it is challenging at points to get off. So, as we're getting started here, if you could please share my video. It helps me a ton when you share. So thank you for sharing my video. I appreciate it. And we're just gonna do an egg every color, and then maybe we'll do, what should we do hippity-hoppity in? Decisions, ladies. Come back to that one. Oh, why is this always so hard? My honey's next to me in his little workshop today, so I can always yell, "Honey, help me! I can't get my inks open." I should open these before I start. There we go. Got that one. It's mind over matter, right? Or not. That one just doesn't want to open. This is always so embarrassing. I should put it back up my little screen so you don't have to watch me try to get these open. Honey, can you come here a second? I can't get my ink open. I'm live. Can you open those for me? Thank you. Oh, he made it look like it was hard too. Thank you, honey. I don't feel so bad. It's not just me. Thank you. All right, so we now have our ink open. And this is the problem with a sticky ink mat, is is when you move, it's stuck to your arm. So I'm lining up my colors over here. I'm putting my tops in front of me. I want to be very conscious of where all my inks are so that I don't move my fabric. See, and I get ink on me. Move my fabric, do something inadvertently while I'm yapping at you guys, and suddenly I have ink where I don't want it. So you do want to be very, very careful as you ink. All right, so I am going to, let's do Couture Teal first. Well, we should probably, what color are we going to do our words? I think we're going to do our words in Regal. I just love this color. And it goes with all the other colors. We're going to do Regal. Yep, okay. So, this is quick and easy. Ink, you do not stir. You do not add water. You literally just dip and go. Now, your project will use more ink than you use paste because the fabric actually absorbs the ink. So you just squeegee it on. And I do go over it a few times. You don't want to go over it a ton, but you do want to, make sure that you have good coverage of your ink and that you have even inking. Okay, so I just push. What I'm doing is I'm pushing my ink through my screen as I squeegee it. Okay, so now I am done with this color until we get to the other side. So right away, I wash off my squeegee so I don't have a squeegee that has ink on it, and I'm going to put my top on top of my ink and I'm going to put it aside so that I don't inadvertently. I check my fingers before I keep going. And the next one we're going to do is this is Kiwi, which is kind of a fun springy green. Next one we're going to do is Kiwi. And we're just going to ink away. Get a good coating on. This is a nice fabric, I'm hoping. It's not super textured, so it should ink well. And, really, ladies, how much better does it get? For $3, you can have your own individual piece of home decor that we're not going to spend it. I mean, it's going to take us some time, but it's not like it's going to take us hours to make this. Oop, we got one line. Just going to get rid of that line. And again, I'm just going to wipe my squeegee off. I'm being very conscious of fingers and paste or ink containers. And I'm sorry, I do use the terms interchangeably. I mean ink. I do not mean paste. We are inking. And I'm going to go, this is Couture Coral. So we have Couture, Teal, Kiwi, and Coral. Couture, Coral. It's a mouthful. I always struggle with getting that word out. I don't know why. Couture. Chalk. When I say Chalk Couture, I have no problem. When Couture is just without the chalk, I don't know. It must be a speech thing. Something about rolling your tongue or something. Okay, so now I've got my coral on. This is where, now today I wish there was guava in ink. Isn't that funny? I'm giving guava a bad rap, and now I need guava in ink because that guava color would be super pretty on here. Now I could chalk. I don't have to ink. I could chalk. But if I chalk, what happens is I can't wash it. But you can chalk on fabric. You don't want to chalk on something that you're going to wash. So if you have something that you know you're not going to wash, you can chalk on it. Like if you do a pillow, that you're not going to necessarily get anything on that you need to worry about throwing it in the washing machine, you can chalk on it. Okay, you ladies are quiet tonight. You can tell it's Friday. Maybe you're not asking enough questions. How was everybody's week? Okay, so we are good to go. This color is Fig. So again, I'm wiping my squeegee right off, and I'm just using the same squeegee. You don't need a lot of squeegees. I have a lot of squeegees, so I tend to use them, but you don't need a lot of squeegees. You just need to wipe your squeegee off as you go. And this squeegee is kind of the equivalent of a mini. the mini squeegee. This was one from before when we had mini squeegees, where we just took a bigger squeegee and cut them up when we needed a small one. Now we have the mini squeegee, and I prefer the mini squeegee, but this is the one I grabbed, so this is the one I got. And now this one is Bumblebee, which is a really nice yellow. Nice and bright, nice and cheery, nice and sunny, kind of like our day was today. Nice and cheery and sunny. It's Friday. Everybody's home. I love Fridays. Fridays is a good day. Everybody comes home. Everybody's excited about the weekend. Lots of fun things to do. Okay. Now, you notice I am yapping away and I am not nervous or concerned. I'm not worried things are drying on me. And I'm not, because this is ink. It does not dry as quickly as chalk dries, so I don't have to be as concerned about it. Oh, now he went away. This one I'm going to have to get by myself. Maybe we won't make the words. Here we go. Got it. Oh, goodness. Chalking with Maria is always entertaining. All right, so I think we're going to do Regal, and we're going to go back to Coral for our little heart. So I'm going to do our little heart in Coral. Oops. See, and I got just a little bit in my Y. So I'm going to carefully push the excess out of the way. And I'm just going to have to know that that's there. And I'll probably have a little bit of Coral in my Regal. That's okay. It's a Maria original. Wouldn't be a Maria original if it didn't have that. So now we're going to do now I'm going to move actually to a bigger squeegee because this is a bigger surface. Oops, and I'm going to put my cover on my Coral and move it out of my way. So all of my inks are covered up with the exception of the one that I'm using in my hand. I've checked my fingers, and I just dip and go. And I'm conscious of the fact that I don't want to do these little flower things above it. I just want the hippity-hoppity and the eggs on here. Now I just go over that spot that I got the Coral. I'm just going to try and, swirl it in there a little bit. I don't know if I will be successful or if I'll end up with Coral, and that's okay. On a chalkboard, what you can do if it's still, the other color is still wet, is you can just kind of swirl them and, almost like when we ombre, and it just makes a little bit of a different color when you have that happen, but sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I am going to, again, make sure I have all of my screen covered up. Make sure I have even ink, that I don't have any spots that are lighter than others. I take my excess, put it right back in my container. I put my lid on my container, I set it aside. I wipe my squeegee off so I don't have any ink hanging around. I check my fingers before I touch my pretty white fabric. I have a towel next to me just to be safe. So I make sure I have no ink anywhere, and then we peel and reveal. And we hope it worked. It's cute. Oh, goodness, ladies, look at how cute that is. Did you ever notice how high my voice gets? Crazy kid. All right, so we have hippity hoppity and some really cute eggs. Now, our Be Happy, is a little smudgy. That's okay. That happens sometimes. So now I'm just going to dry it because I don't want to move it around. Oh, and take your ink mat off. You don't want to dry it with your ink mat on because your ink mat is hot. You don't want you don't want your ink mat to get hot. So I just want to dry it. And then when I'm all done, I will heat set it if my new Easy Press ever gets here. In the meantime, I have to iron. So when it is time to heat set, I will put up the instructions at the end on how you heat set. It's not hard. You just iron it for 4 minutes. I've gotten really used to ironing for 4 minutes since my Easy Press broke. But my new one's coming in the mail. I got notified it's on its way. here yet. It was under warranty. So they're sending me a new one. So I'm just drying it so that as I'm now going to move my fabric around, I don't end up with wet ink touching another part of my fabric that I don't want to get ink on it. Just takes a little bit longer with ink than it does with chalk. And even when you touch your ink, it's still gonna feel tacky until you heat set it, and that's okay. The big key is when you touch it, does the ink move? And I'll show you what I mean. So what I do is I take my hands and I just go down and up. And do I have ink on my hand? And I do not. Down and up, no ink. Down and up, no ink. Down and up. Now I'm not going down and moving, I'm just going simply down and up. And I have no ink on my fingers. So I'm good to go. I'm dry enough that I can move this around. So I'm going to move it around and I'm just going to flip it over to do the other side. But I need to keep this side close to me so that I remember what order and what colors we did because I want it to match. No, Debbie, I still don't have it. I actually sent an email. I'm like, where the heck is this? Because they were supposed to express it to me, and I thought, because let's see, that's when you guys were here, before you guys got here, that broke. And I was so happy with Cricut when I called them, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just send it to you right away, and we'll expedite it. I thought it was going to even get here before you guys got here, and it didn't. Okay, so I am not washing my transfer. I am merely laying my transfer back down, which you can do. You just have to be conscious of a few things. So I have not washed it off. So I'm going to touch it and I am going to get ink all over my fingers as I press it down. One way to avoid that is to take a squeegee and use your squeegee to press it down. Just don't press super hard with your squeegee and be aware you're getting ink on your squeegee. So if you press it, pull it across your screen, you'll get ink in your screen. So you don't want to do that, because then in essence you're inking it whatever color. I don't like to do it with the squeegee because then I can't feel the air pockets, but at least gets me a start and gets some of that extra ink off so I don't end up with a huge mess all over my fingers. And now I'm going to do it with my fingers. And just make sure. Know that when you start this process, because I did not wash it, where you set it is going to need to be where you want it, because you have ink on it. And if you set it and then you want to move it, it's not going to move as easily because potentially you have ink there already. I'm going to try pushing these letters down a little bit better this time and seeing if I can get my Be Happy to show up better on this side than it did on the other side. Oops, and I see I have purple in my finger and now I'm pushing it through the screen and I'm getting purple on my screen. Don't want to do that. This is the lazy way of doing it, really. I should wash it. But it's late, it's Friday night, and I don't want to wash it. I want to live on the edge. Okay, so I think we're down. Good. Just pushing away. Getting my ink off my fingers. Now Charlie would be giggling because he would be saying that my project is farting. The joys of an 8-year-old boy. Everything is farting and everything is funny. You've all been there. You remember those days. Okay, so I'm good to go. And now I just start my process all over again, but I'm gonna bring these little guys up so that I make sure I do them in the same colors, because I don't want to do them in different colors. This is super cute. Oh my goodness. Love it. Okay, while I'm doing this, the question that should be pressing on your mind. Like, you should be on the edge of your seat with this major question. What color should we do Happy Easter in? That's the big question of my day. What color should we do Happy Easter in? Actually, I guess I don't need to have this up here because, duh, I can see the colors. sometimes I'm just not the sharpest knife. Hey Kelly, welcome to our party. We are doing some Friday night chalking, and thank you so much for sharing my video. Cannot tell you how much that helps me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we are going to give us some Couture coral on our cute little eggs. The other thing I want to do with this hippity hoppity is I want to make just a cute little banner that's just the hippity hoppity on a piece of wood. That will be my last project with this one. Okay, so I won't make you guys watch that though, because we've done this transfer now a few different ways. The springtime transfers are running out, so on the website, remember how I think I had said yesterday they were on that whole last call? They're gone. I believe the spring words and this one, the Happy Easter gone. I think Build a Bunny is still there. I have them though, and if you're in the Making Maria VIP group, which if you're not, you can comment, add me, and I will add you to the Making Maria VIP group. In the Making Maria VIP group, there is a special promotion going on with the Build a Bunny and this Happy Easter. So if you're interested in these transfers, I think I have maybe one of them left, one of each left. So if you want them, let me know. You can just send me a message and I will, if you're in the VIP group. If you're not in the VIP group, just comment, add me, I'll get you added and then you can check it out. But these are super fun transfers because they have a lot of versatility to them. And like this, they're so springy that you don't have to use them just for Easter. They have components and pieces to them that really make them fun for other projects. Okay, so I'm wiping my squeegee off, and now I'm to that point where I can start closing these. But I'm going to clean them up first so that I can open them next time without my poor husband having to come in and save the day. Because I do have a pretty bad wrist problem with getting these open. It's just me, honestly. It's not, you guys would not have these same issues. I sincerely doubt. I just have a wrist thing. Okay, so I am doing my Couture coral on this cute little egg. It keeps sticking to my... Did you notice we're back to flannel shirts today? It got cold again here today. Cool. Sun was gorgeous though, and honestly, it can be cool as long as I see that sun. I'm happy. Okay, I don't want to close that too tight again because I'm going to clean all of these up when we're all done here. And I'm checking my fingers because I know I have ink on my fingers. Ah, don't do that. Okay, next we do Fig. I love this color. I get it. I love the muted. You all know that. And I like gray. So this and gray go really well together. And it goes really well with the eucalyptus, which is a very pale green. I'll show it to you. And I think the eucalyptus ink, it looks different than the eucalyptus paste. I think the eucalyptus paste is a little darker, but when you hold them next to each other, they don't look that way. But this is the eucalyptus ink, and these two look so nice together. Those are probably my two favorite color combinations in the ink, which you can tell because you see me put them together often. Okay, so now I'm setting that one aside. Next we do our bumblebee. We're gonna do our hippity hoppity, and then we're getting close to that point of what color should I be doing the Happy Easter in. My original thought was Storm, but because that's the color of the runner, has the lines that are gray. But we could do, and we could do Happy one color, Easter another color. We could do that if we want to get fancy this evening. Okay, so I'm just getting my bumblebee all on, making sure I have good coverage again, even coverage with my ink. Cleaning my squeegee off. Oop, and I should not have put my cover on my coral because we need to do our little heart. And quick do our little heart. In our coral, I'm going to be more careful this time not to get it in the purple parts. Oh, I didn't look. We should look at the other side and see, did I, when I mixed them together, did it work? Okay. So we got our coral. We could do yellow, the Happy Easter in yellow, just because that kind of goes with my room, my dining room a little bit more, the yellow. We could do storm in yellow. I don't know. Possibilities are endless. We could do regal, because I do love this color. This is a gorgeous color. And you know, I was laughing at myself after yesterday as we were making those bunnies on that purple board, and I'm like, purple's not really an Easter color. And I'm like, hello, you dummy. Purple is like the color all over church right now. So yes, purple is an Easter color. So ignore what I said yesterday about it not being an Easter color. I think what I was trying to say was darker purple to me is not. But again, it's all over church. So sometimes you just really have to wonder. That's what happens when my mind starts not paying attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Oh, can you see? We can take that off. There we go. Take that off so you can see. Sometimes you gotta yell at me and say, hey, take that silly thing off so that you can see what I'm doing. I have noticed that as well. I get a little distracted. So see, I got a little close up here, so I'm hoping I did not actually get it in that part of the screen because we're not putting anything up there. Okay. So we should be hippity-hoppity ready. Again, before I do anything, because you know, I'm always so excited for the big reveal, I just want to pull it off. But I'm getting smarter. And before I do anything, I'm putting the tops on, and I'm checking fingers, and I'm moving things away so that I don't stick my project in my stuff. Okay, we're going to, here's the big reveal. Oh, yeah, this one you can see better. Ooh. And I just got a little bit, but when it dries, it'll come right off. Okay, so we have our hippity-hoppity. Easter's on its way. And it did work up here when we mixed the colors. We don't have that. Oh my goodness, this is cute. I'm always so surprised. When did you think there'd reach a point where I stopped being so surprised? Oh, ink mat. Gotta take the ink mat out. But at some point, I'll stop being so surprised. It's not that I'm surprised that they turn out. I know they're going to turn out, but I'm always just so surprised with how cute they are. Because, you know they're going to be cute, but then until you see them, you're not always like, oh, how did that color go together? How did that work? And it's always cute. So, this is just our simple little $3 runner from Target. It's in the bullseye section. And our hippity-hoppity transfer. So, if you wanted your Easter decor to coordinate, you could put your hippity-hoppity sign on the wall in the same colors. And then you could have your cute little table runner on your table. You could do little napkins with the Easter eggs on them. And the other thing that's on that this transfer is the spring flowers and stuff. You could do a whole little centerpiece around that kind of stuff, and it would be super cute. So with one transfer, you could just make so many different things. You could even chalk it right on your dining room window, because it's chalk. It washes right off. Because I have people that chalk right on their windows. And people have chalked it on their dishwasher and their microwave and their refrigerator, too. Some people chalk it right on their front door. I don't know that I would recommend that. Depends on what your door is made of as to whether or not you'll really get it washed off, I think. I just wouldn't want to risk my front door. That's not an inexpensive thing to replace. Not that your refrigerator is either, but it comes right off the refrigerators. Okay, so this is our two ends of our table runner. So it's going to run down the table, and it'll be one on each end, so you can kind of get a visual. I will tomorrow when the light's decent, I'll put it in my dining room and I'll take a picture of it on my dining room table. But it's super cute. And now in the middle here, we're gonna put Happy Easter. But I want to be very careful of a few things because I'm going to lay down Happy Easter, but I have a whole bottom portion that has ink on it. Right? I have this whole part that has ink on it, and I do not want to get that on my transfer. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to take a backer sheet, and I buy backer sheets that are separate. You can buy these right off the website. They're really nice for like little pieces and things. Instead of trying to get those little things back on those little tiny pieces of paper, you can just buy 8.5 by 11 backer sheets. So I'm going to stick this underneath here so that I can move it and not worry about, and I can stick it right to it. It's now, I'm going to need to move it, obviously, it's in part of the Easter, but to try to visualize here where I want my Happy Easter to be. Now I'm not going to do, you know, the cuteness, the spring cuteness up here. We're just doing the words. So I want to center them in my runner, and then I need a color. Oh, I don't have a mat under it. That's why I'm like, why do I have a big bump in my fabric? That's one of those things the mat helps you get rid of. So before I lay this down, I want to put my mat down. Okay, so I want to get all, oops, and I want it straight on my mat because that does help me line it up where my mat is. Because, you know, I'm an eyeballer. I'm not a measurer. I don't do all those things. I like to. But if you're going to be an eyeballer, you got to make sure that you have things straight when you start. Okay, so now we're going to stick our Happy Easter. I'm going to center it down a little bit. Okay, and I want to bring my little cheat sheet underneath here down more, because right now it's in the Easter. Okay, so that's going to help me, but again, I'm touching all this ink, and it's probably going to end up all over my flannel shirt because I'm going to be leaning over it. So, one memento, please. We need Virginia. Virginia would be so proud of me. Virginia, I'm putting my apron on. Are you here tonight, Virg? Virginia would be very proud of me. Virginia thinks I should wear my apron every day, I think. All right, so, because she's very worried about me. She's very concerned, and I love that about you, Virg. Very much appreciate it. All right, so I am sticking, as I'm apparently dropping things. This is chalking or inking nightmare for Maria, and this is why. You see all these cute little pieces that I don't want to ink? You all know I'm going to get to yapping, and I'm going to get to inking, and the next thing you know, I'm going to have ink where I don't want it. So, oh, I took my painter's tape upstairs today, too. Darn it all. I'm working on the classroom art projects for school. I have crafting supplies all over my house at the moment. But the kids are going to make some amazing pieces of art. I cannot wait to start creating with them, but see, Virg? I knew you were there, Virg. Grab your apron, Maria. Yep. All right, so by putting the painter's tape, I'm not so worried about, it's just one of those visual stops. I don't necessarily need it to actually cover it up. I just need the visual of, hey, stop. You don't want to do that part. So I don't really need to cover it, but I just want to be conscious that, nope, don't go there. Oops. The other thing I think I'm going to do, because I really don't want ink all over my apron either. There we go. Now I can get up and close and personal again. Virg, you are so funny. Oh. Grab my apron. I got my apron on. Full blown Chalk Couture today. Okay, so again, I'm just giving myself some visual stops so that I don't go places I don't want to go. And the painter's tape comes right off when I wash it. So I just get it down. And some of them, the closer ones, I am more worried about. Am I going to go over and into it? So, right, I think I got them all. Okay, ladies, we're to a color. What color should we do Happy Easter in? Should we do it in, so my original thought was Storm, but that is the color of the lines, and it's pretty muted, so maybe we should go big and bold. You can't really you can hot mess an ombre, but we could go with the hippity hoppity color. We could go with the Regal purple, because that's the color we did those words. We could go yellow, because yellow is so sunshiny. I don't want to introduce a new color, so I think we have to stay with the colors that we have. So we could go coral and Regal, because we have the coral and the Regal together here. Anybody got an opinion? I know there's a lag, so something brighter. I was thinking the grape, Cheryl says. All right, Cheryl, I think I'm with you. All, let's same color. Terry says Regal. Verge, what are you saying? All the same color, I think is what you mean, Verge. All right, I think we're gonna go Regal. Just because I think it's such a pretty color, and it will look really nice in my gray dining room. So I could use a bigger squeegee for this, because it is lots of space. I'm gonna make sure I have all my transfer down. Coral would look good too, though. I know, I agree, Cheryl, but I'm really not a fan of pink, and there's no pink in my house. There's not even any pink in poor Ella's room. All letters the same color. I agree, Terry. Okay. We're going Regal. I got all my silkscreen smooshed down. We're going to dip and go. All letters, same color. Okay, gotcha, Verge. All right, here we go. So when I'm all done, I will let it dry overnight. And then tomorrow, I will iron it for 4 minutes, which will really be 12 minutes, because I'll have to iron it in the 3 different places that we are inking. My initial thought was Regal. I agree, Cheryl. I like the Regal. I do like purple. Now, where did blue come from? Oh, maybe my Regal might not be stirred. But no, you don't stir ink. See how I got this blue line? We don't have any blue there, and there is no blue ink. That's a mystery. Okay, we're going to change in squeegees, because apparently there's blue on this squeegee. We don't have a blue that color. We do have a navy blue. We do have a navy blue ink. Where the heck is my navy blue ink? Oh, I know. It's in my pile to be reordered, because it's all gone. Okay, sorry, I'm digressing. Whew. But I don't want a different color in here. So I just grabbed a new squeegee. I'm gonna make sure I try to get rid of that. So down we go to our Easter. Again, making sure that I have the whole screen covered. And then we just squeegee away. Squeegee, squeegee. This is a very pretty color. This is going to be super cute. I was working on some of our future projects today, and all the fun that we're going to be able to have. Did you guys see that post of April's Club Couture? Isn't it cute? The spring one? I think it's so cute. And so many possibilities. So I am making sure that all of my silkscreen is covered. I have a tendency to miss the tops of the letters and the sides of the letters. So just going over, making sure I'm good and golden. Putting my excess back in. Wiping my squeegee off. Getting rid of that because it has ink all over it. Ooh, my husband's making something. The drill is out. Covering that up. Checking my fingers because I have ink on my fingers. And off Happy Easter comes. Okay. See my Y? I don't have enough. So this is, okay, so when I was pulling it up, I don't have enough ink in the letters of my Y. So I'm just gonna add a little more and try to get rid of there's just some little white dots in so it just means it didn't go through. There we go. So we got that now, and the same thing on here on my E. So just as you pull, look at what you're doing before you pull it all the way off. Okay. I'm going to take my transfer. I'm just going to hang it back here on my counter until I can get it washed. Before I do anything, I wash everything off, cover up my inks. And look at how cute this is. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to put this on my dining room table. For $3, people, we scored. Holy cow. All right, I'm going to dry, ink mat. I'm going to take my ink mat out, and then I'm going to dry. I think the Regal was a great choice in color. So I'm going to dry. I think it's even pretty just with the purple and the Happy Easter. So then you add in our hippity-hoppity on the edges. I agree, Verge. I think it was a good choice in color. So I'm just drying it, and then I'll let it really dry overnight, because this is really just top drying it. And then tomorrow I'll iron. Because then I can wash it, because Charlie inevitably is going to spill something on it. At Easter. And we are golden. I love this font, just the Happy Easter. I think this font all by itself is pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the birds and this other stuff that's in this transfer too, but I love this font. And I think it's big. It would be pretty just on a chalkboard all by itself, or a whiteboard, the Happy Easter. But I very much like it. Okay, so if you could share my video, very much helps me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing my video. We talked about the April Club Couture, which is the Sweet Spring. I posted a picture of that. If you join Club Couture before April 1st, that is the transfer you will receive. They mail out on April 5th. It's $19.99 a month, and you get 3 paste packets. This month's paste packets are peony, garden herb, where's my greens? Oh, they're way back there. Garden herb and green envy. So some really pretty colors. You get 3 paste packets, you get the transfer, and it's free shipping. $19.99 a month. And you get like a guaranteed half hour of fun creativity that we should all strive for every month. A half an hour just to ourselves, right? Oh, hey, Delaney. Oh my goodness, Delaney, how are you? Thanks for watching me. This is a super fun transfer, Delaney. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, because there's so many things you can do with it, Delaney. So here we go. We have our, oops, I should check it, make sure I'm really dry before I just start moving it around. I'm close to dry. I have a few spots that I'm not dry in, but this is our cute little table runner from our $3 Target section. So it's going to go down the table, and the hippity-hoppities are on the ends. Okay, so we talked, oh, that's the VIP group. This transfer is the last chance one. It's sold out on the website. I think I have one more. I have one more of this, and I have one more Build-A-Bunny. Build-A-Bunny's not sold out yet on the website, but all the other Easter, spring ones are sold out on the website. So in the Making Maria VIP group, there is a special. If you're interested in that, click or comment "Add me" if you're not in that group already, and I'll get you in that group so that you can see the special. If you are interested in that super, super cute, sweet spring Club Couture, you can comment "Club." And then every month, just like magic, for $19.99, your little transfer in 3 paste packets will come to your door, and I'll send you some information about that. Better yet, if you want to have the same kind of fun that I'm having every night, and you're curious about what it means to be a Chalk Couture designer, you can message me or you can type in "curious" in the comments, and I'll send you some information, and you can just check it out and see if it's a very fun way to earn a little money to pay for your hobby, so it's lots of fun. So I am Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Thank you so much for watching me. I hope you have a wonderful Friday night. So tomorrow night is Saturday, and I will not be going live. It's the first time I haven't gone live in a long time, but we are unavailable. We're gonna go do something super, super fun. It's gonna be like being in high school again. I can't wait. So I won't be available tomorrow night. So there's no video tomorrow, and I'll probably be back at you on Sunday. So thank you for watching me. Have a lovely, lovely night. I'm Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer.